Bill Walters, y'all. Do your thing. Do your thing. Do your thing, baby. Do it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. My mind. Yeah, yeah. Welcome to Third Eye Visions.
There you go. There you go. Man, that's what I'm talking about. Phil Walters, y'all.
Yeah.
We are live right now with Phil Walters. I'm gonna say a contemporary gospel artist, Phil Walters. Got an album out. Give you a little taste of what he got going on. We're gonna interview him in a few minutes. Let some people get in here. Thank you so much, Talented H.V. All right. Thank you so much. Look, check this out. I am glad to have my man all the way from was it North Carolina?
North Carolina.
North Carolina. Not however you say, you know, from down south, North Kakalaki. My man Phil Walters, we're gonna have some fun today. We're gonna get all into his business. We're gonna be giving away some shirts from Third Eye Vision, some mugs and things like that. So we're gonna have some fun. But most of all, I have a winner, not a beginner, Phil Walters. But before I do that, I want to jump into my interlude. So Phil, can you just give me something under the bottom of what I'm about to say? Give me a little something right quick while I tell everybody to subscribe and all that good stuff. Go ahead. I want to thank y'all for subscribing to Third Eye Visions, where we motivate the blind, stimulate your mind, and welcome all kind. Now, by doing that, make sure you like, share, subscribe. If you're a newcomer, make sure you subscribe. My OGs, I appreciate what you have been done because you have made this channel to be what it is. Make sure you like, again, share, and comment. Today, I am speaking to world-renowned artist by the name of Phil Walters. And he's accomplished a lot in his time, and we're going to talk about those accomplishments and things that he has done. I'm going to let him take over the show and talk about some important things. Look, I am an individual who does all kind of things, man. I mean, I cover all topics. And sometimes in your life, you may need a little gospel, you may need a little encouragement, and I do all the time. So with that being said, I brought my man in here all the way from North Carolina, Phil Walters, to talk about what he is doing and just the gospel industry and his drive and everything to make him to be the individual that he is now. So with that being said, what's up, Phil?
Hey, good afternoon, Anthony Parker.
Thank you.
Good to be on your show this afternoon, Third Eye Visions. Thank you for having me.
Man, no, I'm glad that you are here. So with that being said, well, first of all, Phil, tell them, just give them a little introduction as to who you really is.
All right. Well, good afternoon, everybody. My name is Phil Walters. I am a singer, songwriter, producer, gospel, contemporary gospel, and inspirational music. I also do instrumentals for podcasts, for soundtracks, for plays, for movies. And I also happen to be blind for about 16 years now. So
Okay.
I'm walking by faith and not by sight.
Okay, cool. I like that, and I mean, I was going to just bring that out somewhere down the line in terms of all the accomplishments that you have made, and just let them know that. Oh, by the way, it just happened. He just happened to be blind, so it's just not like nothing. But you threw it in, and we're gonna roll with that. So, since you brought it up, tell everybody how you lost your sight.
Yeah, so about 16 years ago, I was busy just doing what I was doing. I had a production company back then, and I was writing music for other people and producing music and working on my own projects, shopping material to labels and so forth and so on. And I was relocating from up north in Maryland down to North Carolina. And I've always had a history of eye trouble in my family. My grandmother was blind and my mom had glaucoma. Out of 9 kids, most of us had some eye trouble, except for my baby sister came out with that 20/20 plus. But I lost my right eye at 7, so I was already blind in my right eye. But in 2006, I lost my vision and my remaining eye, my left eye. I had a retina detachment, a tear that was more than 3/4. So I had to be rushed up to Raleigh. There was a specialist in Raleigh who reattached the retina, but they put these 2 devices in my head. One was called the scleral buckle, the other one was called the bubble, and it was just too much for my eye. My optic nerve got damaged due to my eye pressure spiking well into the upper 50s, which caused the blindness. So as of today, I am completely blind, no light perception or anything. And that happened on Valentine's Day, by the way, Anthony. Some people got chocolate and cards.
Oh.
Yes.
Okay, well that's all right, man. Like I said, bro, we just want to touch on that and just let everybody know, still in all, regardless of how you, what happened, you still have, your faith, and you are definitely going to show us the determination in your music and what have you. I was just gonna say something right quick before I forget. My mind slipped. We will be giving away items, like I said, t-shirts, things of that nature, cups, third eye visions, and stuff like that. What was I saying? Give me a little music right quick, a little something soft as I think about what I said, Phil, because we're gonna have fun. We're not gonna be all serious and everything. Oh, I know I don't say. I want to thank my girl Jennifer from Jennifer's Open Book for doing this interview with you first, and that's where I had saw you on. So big up to Jennifer, and for bringing on Phil Walters and whatnot, and let me check it out. And when I said I got to get this guy on, he's hard to keep catch up with, but I found him. I want to talk to you today about gospel music in general. What's your opinion about the transformation from the traditional gospel to now? What's your opinion about that, Phil?
Well, one thing I found, and I'll speak for myself, if you listen to any of my projects, I use a lot of different backdrops. I'll use that terminology. I was brought up in a city of New York where I was exposed to so many styles of music. I'll tell people at a moment's notice, I thank God for my relationship with him and where I am now, but I was not brought up in a church. My mom was a Bible believing woman of God. She believed in God. She prayed and she read her word, but we moved around a lot. So was not brought up in the church. I got into church later on, and I'm so glad that I did, because the relationship that I found with God through that is what saved my life, especially after I lost my vision. But if you listen to where I'm going with this is, if you listen to my music, you'll hear many different styles of how I deliver the gospel, the good news. You'll hear everything from Caribbean style, calypso, reggae, traditional gospel, contemporary gospel. Some would say a little bit of rock edge gospel, but the message is there. The good news is there. So I have to say this: make sure that and this is what I try to do every day, that God is leading you in your creativity. So everybody has a method to deliver the message, the good news. When I remember when Kirk Franklin first came on the scene, and when he dropped Stomp, there were a lot of traditional people in the gospel industry that gave him a hard time. But a lot of people will testify to this day they found Christ Jesus by listening to Kirk Franklin's music.
Hmm.
So I would say, each one to his own, but make sure that the message is not lost in the music.
Okay, I like what you said. Make sure make sure the message is not lost in the music and whatnot. Because when the Kurt came out with his song, it kind of like I like, man, what? Because I know that it had a throwback sample in there from Parliament, and I was like, wow, and I was like wondering if that's going to be the trend, and then as time went on, found out to be that a lot of artists are doing things like that in terms of taking songs. One that sticks out in my mind is the I take you there. Well, it's one of the songs by the Staple Singers. I forgot, and there may be one,
Mhm.
and they're taking it and transforming it to a gospel. What is your opinion about that, briefly?
Well, again, we have an awesome group like the Staple Singers who paid many dues. I mean, they go back to the Chitlin circuit and beyond, and all the trials and struggles and things that they have gone through while delivering the message. There was a let me see if I can remember this interview that was taking place. I caught I forget with Curtis Mayfield and I think Papa Staples. It was just about a particular song that he just was like, I'm not doing that.
Hmm.
So forth and so on. But if you listen to the lyrical content, and I take you there. If you listen to word for word, I mean, the bass is jamming, and sometimes we'll get caught up in the bass and the drum. But listen to the lyrical content, and there's a powerful message in that song. There's a powerful message in that song. And I will add this to that. In my genre of music, contemporary gospel, I also add on my bio, if you read it, inspirational, right?
Mm.
And even more so, I put music together with the help of the Lord that is socially conscious.
That's real. I like that.
Because if you look back at the prophets, they dealt with issues through God that weren't always popular, but they were necessary.
Yep.
Does that make sense?
It makes sense to me. Makes sense to me. Okay. So, well, I'll ask this at a later as we go on, because I like what you're talking about in terms of the messages and whatnot, and in the music, because I grew up on like the Williams brothers. I grew up on the angelic gospel singers. As I got older, I started listening to Keith Wonderboy and Marvin Sapp, who was a very, I love his music. What's your opinion about him in terms, because he had a song called Never Would Have Made It, and that song had been played on contemporary R&B channels. It had it had even been played in clubs and whatnot. So, what's your opinion about that song in terms of the areas and places in which it had been played? Do you
I'm
think?
glad you asked that, Anthony. I'm glad you asked that. That is one of my wife's absolute favorite songs.
Mm.
And, her testimony is powerful. She, told me about, being at the end of her rope and about ready to throw in the towel and heard this song. And it just moved her spirit and it gave her hope for a better day.
Mm.
And I will share this with you. This is scripture. Jesus said, I didn't come for those who were well, I came for those who were sick. Well, if you stay in places where everybody are well,
Yep, that's right.
how are you going to find the sick? Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not advocating going places that you ain't strong enough to handle. And, I'm going out to my pastor uses this analogy a lot. Yeah, I'm going out to the strip club because I'm going to save everybody in there. But you got a lust spirit. You don't need to be in no strip club because you're going to fall to the temptation. So let's keep it real. When you go out, if God send you out, he's going to equip you to do whatever it is that he send you out to do. But if he tells you don't go someplace because you ain't ready to go, it's wise that you stay put. You know what I mean?
I got you on that. That's great.
That song, yeah, that song is a powerful song. That
It
man
really
is
is.
pouring his heart out, letting God know, I never would have made it without you. And it resonates with people's spirit across musical genres.
I like that. I like that. I mean, and I feel no problem with having it being played in several, whatever, and wherever you can find the people that needs to be healed and needs some guidance. That's where it should be. So I have no problem with that at all. Okay, what we're gonna do right now, we're gonna have you play a little soft music, and I'm gonna have a little giveaway. So go on, play. This is Phil Walters, y'all. After we come back from that, I'm gonna ask him some more questions, like where you can find his music, why he just chose this particular genre of music, and what have you. So go ahead, play something, and I'm gonna see what I can do as far as giving away a T-shirt. So give me some music.
All right.
All right. Okay. Yeah, while he's doing that, Phil Walters, my man, gospel singer. I'm doing my best to hold this T-shirt up in front of me. Okay, y'all can
Looks good.
see that. Let me see. Okay, for those who can see, and it has the logo on there. Has a logo on there. Third Eye Visions, where we motivate the blind, stimulate your mind, and welcome all kind. Um, at the top is on a white T-shirt. Here's what I'm gonna do. The first person that can tell me, and I just said it, what my motto is, will win this shirt. All I need is your address. When you put it in the email, say who you are, your address, and everything, and I will send it to you. It's my first giveaway right here. So I'm gonna put the email in the comments, and I'm gonna say it as well. It's Parker Anthony 225 at gmail.com. Parker Anthony 225 at gmail.com. And I'm right now I'm with Phil Walters. Let me put in the RAN 5 at PAIL. Okay. That's my email. The first person that goes there and tell me my motto wins this shirt. So we'll be giving away other giveaways in a few minutes. So back to you, Phil. What made you get into gospel music as opposed to R&B, as opposed to reggae, as opposed to any other type of music?
That's a good question, Anthony. As long as I can remember, and I started singing at 9, I was blessed to be in a play so long ago, I can't even tell you what the name of the play is. But that's where I got my bug. I got that bug. I just loved it. I loved sharing with the audience and the energy that I got back from them. So I was hooked. There was always music in my house. My mom's playing music all the time. My older brother had a collection of 45 records, and I'm not talking about a pistol for you young folks. It's a record. It's a little round thing, goes on the turntable. I'm just making a joke. But anyway, my mom used to scat like Ella Fitzgerald. She loved Ella Fitzgerald, and I used to always crack up when I used to hear her in the kitchen scatting.
I love her.
Always music in the house. But as I got older, even into my teenage years, and I've listened to a lot of music, don't get me wrong, and I love a lot of the classics and so forth and so on, but I just felt my spirit leaning towards music that uplifted and inspired people. So even in a lot of the music that I have taken, a liking to in the secular area, yeah, it was music that was uplifting and inspiring. I mean, one of the things that moved me greatly was how hard Stevie Wonder worked to get Martin Luther King's birthday a national holiday. And he wrote a song about it, Happy Birthday. Just a beautiful song and a tribute, and asked the question, how could this be a wrong thing to want to get someone who works so hard, for civil rights, for advancement, not only for his people, our people, but people, period. So I've always taken to songs, that had a message and that would uplift and inspire. So it led me down the road to what? The gospel, the good news. I've sung other songs, I've done some karaoke in my younger years, but I've just never stuck with trying to do anything, it's like saying as an R&B singer, and this is not a judgment call. This is, you have to follow, what you were made to do. And I feel that this is what I'm made to do. And, I thank God for helping me to recognize that, because for a while I did not see it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Great, man. Great, man. You're very full of knowledge and everything, man. I mean, and that, like I said, when I heard you on Jennifer's show. That's what made me want to. I got to get this guy in one now. So what are you doing as far as like promoting and putting out music and things like that? Talk to the audience about that. And after you do that, I have another question for you.
Okay, great. Thank you for asking. Well, up to date, to God be the glory. I got 2 albums published. You Saved Me and You're Everything to Me, and you can find that on all the digital outlets, iTunes, Amazon, and so forth and so on. Mm-hmm. I have a few singles out, and you were talking about some of the classics earlier. You mentioned a lot of the classic gospel artists that this wonderful, wonderful men and women that praise and uplift to God. And I had the honor recently of doing a re-recording of a song by Sam Cooke and the Soul Stirrers.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, I love them, man.
Yeah, absolutely. It was a song written by Lucy E. Campbell back in the 20s. And a lot of people covered it, but I love their version, and they did it a cappella. It's called Jesus Gave Me Water. And so I'm honored to say I had a chance to cover it. I got permission from Sony ATV to be able to cover that song. And that was my first cover because I've written many songs and been doing it a long time, but that was the first time I ever released a recording of a song that was already out there by someone else. And I was so excited about it, Anthony, because I wanted to go through the whole process and see what the struggles and what the victories are in the process, because once you do it one time, not only can you repeat it, but then you can share that information with others who may be trying to do the same thing.
That's real talk.
Yeah.
And as I segue, just briefly, you brought up Sam Cooke and the Soulsters, and one song came to mind was and he tore it up, was "Nearer My God to Thee," that he sung at Staples Singers. Staples Singers. It was done live, and man, that touched my heart. So, who are some of your gospel artists that you kind of like pattern, or you kind of like look up to, or saying kind of like, I don't want to say idolize, but that you like?
Yeah, and I can share from how they inspired me.
Okay,
of course, you just mentioned Sam Cooke and the Soul Stirrers. Of course, Mahalia Jackson.
Okay.
There's a young man. Well, he was a young man back then. But and his name is going to pop in my head. Sometimes, give me a second here. When I hit the keys, then it comes back to my memory. Is that all right? The Edwin Hawkins sings.
Okay.
To this day, I sing a lot because it's just such a powerful song. And you know what? I'm gonna share this with you, brother. He got a lot of criticism when he released that song. Oh, there's congas in the background. It sounds to this, it sounds to that. And a whole lot of people got delivered and found Christ Jesus through him ministering through that song and the awesome musicians he had with him in the background, as well. So yeah, him, of course, and just speeding it up modern times. I'm gonna tell you, the first time I heard this young man, William McDowell.
I heard him, yes. Okay. I forgot the popular song that he had out a couple of years ago. You probably can come up with it, but yeah, I heard of William McDowell.
It came to me in a time where I really needed to be uplifted and inspired. This is not long after I lost my eyesight. I took it really hard. I had my pity party for a while, but I was invited to a church and they heard I play a little keyboard, and at that time I mean a little. And they said, well, guess what? You're my new keyboard player. And I'm looking around like, me? But they gave me some homework. If you could learn these songs. And they gave me a couple of CDs. And when I put on this William McDowell CD, and he was ministering to the group at the time of who he was in front of. But I know he was talking to me. He said, the time is urgent. The time is now. And God needs you. And I'm looking around my living room going, who, me? I'm like, Lord, this me? Yeah, you. And I just began to cry, and I began to, give God the glory. And I said, wow, I'm still useful. You can still use me. If he can use me, he can use anybody.
Amen.
Like you said, Marvin Sapp, of course, Shirley Caesar, going back a little bit. And she's right there. We have a jewel right here in Raleigh, North Carolina, from Durham. But a lot of them. But that's just to name a few,
Okay, what about, and we're going to take a break in a second because we are speaking, I am speaking with Philip Walters, a gospel, contemporary gospel artist who just happens to be blind. That ain't nothing. And he has albums out. As a matter of fact, I was on my Third Eye Vision page, and a lady by the name of Kim said, "Oh, I was talking about you because I do little promotions there." And she said, "Well, I gotta go check him out." So, give them again where they can find you, right quick.
Oh, great, great. Now, the best place to find me would be on my website because all my social media platforms and everything, my music is on that one site. So if you go to philwaltersmusic.com, that is PhilWaltersmusic.com. You can find all the connections to my social media sites. I have links to my music there. My new single that I dropped, Minister to Me, is on there. Information about me, bio, my blog. I got a blog that I do, called Independent Artists Musicians Minute, where I put thoughts and history and just a lot about me and music and how it's influenced my life and how God changed my life. It's all in there. So
Okay.
I always send people there.
Okay. Cool. Cool. One artist that came to mind, and I'm gonna ask you, what do you feel about him briefly? Is Marvin Winans. He had a song out. Well, he had several songs out, but he has a song called with Andre Crouch called "Let the Church Say Amen." Amen. What do you think about that song? You like it?
Oh, I love that
Well,
song.
it touched me when my dad was alive at the time. He was dealing with dementia, and every time I heard it, it kind of made me kind of cry. But I love that song. But anyway, we're not going to get on that note. We are speaking with Phil Walters, and as Phil play another little tune, I will be giving away another shirt, and I'm gonna tell you where to go to get it. So Phil, hit him with something, kind of little jazzy and whatnot, or gospel, whatever, and I'm gonna do my thing. Go ahead. All right, y'all. We're speaking with Phil Walters, gospel artist from North Carolina. I don't know why I'm about to say Kentucky. We are live, and I'm going to have a giveaway. I have another shirt. I'm gonna put it in front of my face so y'all can see it. See it. Those who can see, it's on a white shirt. As I mentioned, has my logo on it, and it has motivate the blind, stimulate your mind, and welcome all kind. Now, for this giveaway. And as I mentioned, I want y'all to go to my email, parkeranthony225 at gmail.com. Again, parkeranthony225 at gmail.com. And here is the next question. And it's very easy. Who is my guest on this show? Who is my guest on the show right now that I'm speaking with? Go to ParkerAnthony225 at gmail.com, and I'm gonna put it in the comments. Parker, Parker, Anthony at okay. That is my email. Y'all go there and tell me the artist that I am speaking with, and I will get back with you. The address is free, and I will ship it to you. We speaking with Phil. I'm speaking. I don't know why I keep saying we. I guess because I'm so used to having a guest. Speaking with Phil Walters, y'all, and he's a visually impaired artist from North Carolina, gospel singer. So Phil, as we jump back into the interview, what do you think about people adding rap music to gospel music? Because like I said, I grew up on the traditional gospel music with the Lee Williams and the Doug Williams, Melvin, all them, and now with the emergence of Kurt Franklin and I want to say Isaiah Carey, I want to say oh God, I can't think of this other guy who. Anyway, what's your opinion about people doing that?
Well, I must be honest with you.
Be honest. Yeah, be honest.
As a singer-songwriter, there are spells where I do not listen to the radio, and I'll tell you why. Because if I'm writing and I'm creating and I'm asking God to pour into me music, lyrics, messages, if I listen to too much of what's out there, I'm going to get influenced by it. And I'm not saying that's a bad thing, but then it becomes, oh, I'm picking up this sound, I'm picking up this chord, I'm picking up this phrase. and it becomes, more of the stuff that I'm taking into my ear gates instead of trying to listen to what God is saying to me. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So, but I will say this: when I do check in, and I do, just to see what style going on out there, what sounds, who's doing what, and there's a lot of wonderful new people that are coming into gospel music, and I really think that they have a lot to offer. I know many of them haven't even reached their full potential yet.
Mm-hmm.
As long as they continue to let God lead them, they will get there. As far as answering your question directly concerning rap music as a form of spreading the good news and gospel, I'll go back to someone we mentioned earlier. I remember when Salt from Salt and Pepper, and I'm going back.
Mm-hmm. I know you're talking about
Rap break in Stomp,
Stump. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
and there was a whole bunch of conversation behind that. Now here's my thing. Yeah, I've listened to Salt and Pepper for years. Like I said, I wasn't raised in a church. And let's keep it real. Can we keep it real this afternoon, brother?
Oh, all the time. This is
We
where
got a whole lot of people that were in the church back then and was listening to Salt and Pepper too. Now, I'm the type of person like this. Whatever I do or whatever I did, I'm gonna own it.
That's right. That's what I like.
It's bad, I'm gonna own it. So, and I'm gonna be honest with you. Yeah, I roller skated to it. Herb was one of the producers or one of the main producers for them back then, and he put together some, especially on the percussion stuff, some really serious work. But all the conversation that was taking place, like I don't know Saul personally. I can't sit up and tell you she didn't have a transformation. Oftentimes, people will look at what somebody was or what they used to do or who they used to be, but they're so busy looking in the past, they can't see the transformation that has taken place in their lives.
That's right.
So, the Bible says, work out your own salvation with fear and trembling. And we got to be so careful of how we judge, especially based upon what we see and not knowing everything, because when we point that finger, there's three pointing right back at us. But I would just say to anybody, just make sure that your message is not being lost in the music.
I like that. I like that.
And I've heard some works where, and the music is awesome. Don't get me wrong, but it's overpowering the message. So if you ask somebody, just like if you have, I'm not going to be long-winded. If you have a church service and the pastor's pouring out his heart, God is just pouring into this pastor, this spiritual leader, and he's got everybody excited, and people are clapping and they jumping and they're shouting. He's doing what thus saith the Lord. But people are so much paying attention of the clapping and the shouting and the message and the fire. And then after the service, well, what did he say? I don't know, but he was. And
I've heard people say that, man. I went to church last week, man. I went to certain church, man. I ain't gonna lie, they were jamming, and they, what I'm saying. And you ask them what the sermons are. I don't know, man, but they were that fire. Part. Yeah, exactly. It was exactly. I wanted to ask you, what was the question, man? I get so deep into. Do you think these days now that the traditional gospel has a place in society in 2021 right now, or it is just forgotten and you just got to catch it on YouTube or these other little outlets and what have you?
I believe it absolutely has a place. I believe that a lot of the music that you hear today is standing on that foundation. Most of the, and this is just my opinion,
that's all.
Gospel artists that you will hear today, they studied those who were before them. Aretha Franklin studied Mahalia Jackson.
Right.
Chance to sing at Mahalia Jackson's church, with her dad being a very well-known pastor.
C.L. Franklin.
Access to a lot of people. So there are people who are out today. If you talk to anybody that's been in the industry long enough, like you asking me that question, who were some of the people that inspired you? And trust me, they got a list. So that foundation is rock solid, because there are certain songs you'll hear, and you go, I'm feeling it. And then there's certain songs that you hear. The moment you hear that, whoa, there was a woman.
Oh, Lord, yeah.
Hold up now.
Oh, yeah.
So you're gonna have that. You're gonna always have that. And I don't care. Look, I was that 20-year-old, like, yeah, man, ain't nothing touching me. I ain't gonna cry. I'm a man.
Right.
I go to church and somebody sang one of those old foundational, dig deep down into your spirit songs, and we be trying to hide it. You know, we monkey smoke,
right?
Years old, and all of a sudden, man, something's in my eye, man. You know, so yes. Definitely has a place, and I encourage more people that have the access to large studios who are signed to record deals to bring back some of the classics. I'm going to continue to do it as long as I can.
Okay. Well, since you brought up that, we're going to take a break and talked about the classics or things that you've done. Do you have anything that you can play a little portion of it while I give away something else and let the people just get a feel for who Phil Walters is? You have anything in your repertoire? I'm quite sure you do.
Yeah. I'm trying this out on you.
Well, hit them with the hot tracks.
Yeah.
While he's doing that, I have another giveaway. Let's see. We're gonna do this. Phil Walters is from North Carolina. Okay. Now I want the first person to go to my email, which is parkeranthony225@gmail.com. parkeranthony225@gmail.com, and tell me where this recording artist Phil Walters is from. Okay, I'm gonna put it in the link. I'm gonna put it in the description, and y'all will be able to find it that way. So tell me where Phil Walters is from.
Never try to tell me how to feel in my soul. Everybody seems so busy. There's so much to do.
All right.
Comes to loving one another. We don't have a clue.
Okay. What I have is a mug, coffee mug here that I'm be giving away. Everybody likes to drink coffee. For those who can see, it has the third eye visions on here. So it's basically, you know what I'm saying, it has the little logo on here, third eye visions, and the coffee mug you can drink with your coffee or put whatever you desire in the morning time and drink and whatnot. So I'll be giving away this on this round. If you can tell me, he's from North Carolina, but I want the person to go to my email, the first person who does and comment on where he's from to get a chance to win that coffee mug. Okay. Okay. All right. So as we conclude and coming up to, we're coming up toward the end because I've enjoyed this. I like how this is done. I like your spirit. I like what you're doing and everything. Again, tell everybody again where they can find you, Phil.
Great. Thank you for asking. The best place you can go to find me is on my website. That is philwaltersmusic.com. PHILWALTERSMUSIC.com. And I would ask Anthony, if you get a chance, if you could put that in your description when you put this video together.
I'll do it right now. What is it? Which one?
It's PHIL.
All right. Okay.
Wait,
hold on. PHILWALTERS.
Music, MUSIC.
All together?
Yep.
Okay, wait. Let me get.
Sure.
Okay. Music, MUSIC.
.com.
Oh, okay.
Excuse me. Yeah, .com. I'm sorry.
Okay, got you. PhilWaltersMusic.com. Y'all go there and go ahead, finish it up. Do your.
No, that's great. So you can go there and find, all my music again. You can find links to my Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, all those other places. You can find it all there. Again, links to my music, my blog. That's the best place to go because from there you can link out to all the other places.
Okay, good.
Again, my new single "Minister to Me" is there, and I have a new project coming out that's going to be released on July 23rd. You're going to find that there soon. It's not there yet because the release date hasn't come yet.
And what's the name of it?
It's actually called Stronger Than I've Ever Been. Stronger than I've ever been. And I will say this to you, Anthony, you are the first place who's got the announcement.
I appreciate that.
Yeah, you hear it here first, y'all. You hear
Oh,
it
third eye visions,
third
baby.
eye
I
vision.
appreciate. I
Yeah.
appreciate
I
that.
want to do a couple of shout outs before we close.
Man, you can do whatever this. Oh, before you do that, tell everybody what's next. In terms of your direction. You say you have album coming out and things like that. What do you plan on doing? Like in a couple of, maybe months, years, or whatever. You're gonna be on the road. Where can people find you at as far as doing so?
Oh man, Anthony Parker, thank you for asking that question. Because see, I love it. I love it because it gets my brain back where it needs to be. Yes,
You make me feel like I'm somebody like a Chris Walters or what's his name? Don Lemon. I mean, somebody like that. So I feel good about that when you say thanks for asking, because it makes me feel that I'm asking the right questions. So anyway, go ahead.
Well, you are somebody, absolutely.
So this is Phil Walters. We're not worried about who I am. We're talking about the king of. He's gonna be the king. I'm telling you. Go ahead.
Well, to God be the glory. So yeah, the singles dropping July 23rd. Stronger than I've ever been. I'm still out here promoting Minister to Me. And it's a blast, y'all. Check it out when you get a chance. It's done with a Caribbean style backdrop, and it just gets everybody praising and singing, and it's a powerful message in the song. So I'm out there promoting that, performing wherever I can get, a chance to perform. So if you have a church that you would like me to come to and perform, please get with me. You can reach me through that website as well. And I'll leave my business number. Can I do that as well?
Sure.
Okay, so that is
let me put it. Hold on. Let me put it in the. Okay.
919.
Here's the Phil Walters. Okay. HIL.
All right.
Number.
So
919.
307.
307.
5141.
Wait a minute. 5141. Okay, cool.
Yeah, 5141. Yeah, so that's what I'm up to right now, and I'm also working on. There's another single this summer. We were planning on dropping 3 or 4 singles. So I'm on number 3 on July 23rd. That'll be the 3rd, and the 4th one. Well, you're just gonna have to invite me back on your show.
I will. This is your show. You tell me when you're ready to come back on it. It ain't I'm doing it for everybody out there visually impaired. So this is a platform for individuals who want to come out and do things like this and just let everybody know what they are doing and just enlighten just the sighted world and whatnot. So yeah, so you let me know whenever you're ready.
All right. So yeah, thank you for that. And so the shout out, I just want to say thank you again. You mentioned an awesome young lady's name, Jennifer's open book. I did an interview with her. It was awesome. Just a wonderful, wonderful woman, and I love what she's doing there. I love what you're doing. So shout out to the both of you. Also, my Saturday Sync Up crew, which is on WhatsApp. Shout out to everybody in the Saturday Sync Up crew with Regina Bethay, and she's doing an awesome job there. You got people there from all walks of life who are not allowing their physical vision limitations to limit their lives. They're living their best life. Musicians, lawyers, ministers, writers, singers, and I'm just wanted to shout them out. Want to shout out my wife, big up, because she definitely, hey, listen, being married to a music man ain't always what it's cracked up to be, and I'm quoting a song by Journey.
I used to be a musician, so I know exactly. It's you have to devote a lot of your time and whatnot. So definitely so.
For her, and I'm gonna be supporting her because her book's coming out soon. So I'm excited about that.
Well, look, if she wants to come back on there with you and promote that book, it's not just for sight blind people as well. So it's open. So if you want to come on here with her and y'all promote it together, if she wants to do it, you let her know that she has a place here.
I appreciate that, but she's also totally blind, so I'm gonna let her have her own stage. This is her own thing, so I want to be the one cheerleading in the background because she's been doing it for me for a long time.
Well, I'll be glad to have her on, and we'll talk about it. You just send me some information if she's interested, and we can make it happen.
Okay.
If I could say one thing, man, I really want to thank you for coming on the show, and I really mean that from the bottom of my heart. So, with that being said, I want to thank my listeners, all of y'all. I'm sorry I couldn't get to y'all questions, but the comments are there, and I hope y'all go and comment at parkeranthony225gmail.com so y'all can win one of these t-shirts, one of these mugs, and things like that. So as we conclude, play a little something because I have one more thing to give away, and we're going to be out. Go ahead.
Sounds great. Sounds great.
And I'll go ahead. I have one more thing to give away. This is a little like I guess a water. It's a water bottle. Again, it has the logo on it. You can go to parkeranthony225@gmail.com and win one of these. And the question is very simple. What is my name? Again, what is my name? I don't say it that often, but if you get it, you will get this. Again, you will get this. It's a water bottle and it has the logo on it, the Third Eye Visions, and you can put whatever you want in it. What is my name? So, with that being said, I want to thank Phil Walters for coming on. Y'all go support him. The link, his website is in the description, in the comments, and stay tuned to Third Eye Visions because I have a lot more to come. So, with that being said, I want to say again, thank you, Phil, for coming on, baby.
Hey, thank you for having me. God bless you and have a wonderful weekend.
Okay, you too, man. And I am out. Thank you.